Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin, and welcome to New Year's Eve 2020. I hope that you are well and in good spirits and ready to welcome in 2021. I feel like I should have those hats on and streamers and be celebrating all that. I don't know if I'll do that. It's quite wasteful, I think, when I look at how much production goes into making those hats and those streamers and the banners and all of that paraphernalia that these stores go into. And you get this hey, you get this one shebang, it's midnight, boom, whoosh, wallop, and then all that stuff gets trashed. So I think to myself, well, is there a positive side to all that waste? No, there isn't. There is not. So I'm not buying all that mess. And I think maybe that needs to be my I don't know if it's a project for 2021. I like to have the theme which I chose back in November, which is love. I am so excited about that. Just love in general. I made a piece of art which I think I might pop up. Not sure. I think I might pop it up on this wall behind me, or I might make another one. I'm not sure. Anyway, it was a collage of sorts put together. I'm having it printed, and then I like to have a project. Like, well, what is I've got the theme. It's love, and what does love mean? What am I going to do with it? What am I going to work on? What am I going to improve? Um, and I think that would be mindful of waste. Yeah. Um, Working on the need versus the want versus the what's the point? I think that's a good thing. It's interesting how I'm sure many of you feel like I spoke about this yesterday. The saying goodbye to a year, saying goodbye to what seems to be a tough set of circumstances that brought us here. And then you look at what's next. I always feel most people go into a brand new year with um, a bigger sense of hope, um, a sense that things can be better, will be better, can be better, but, or and, there's a sense of doing the same old thing, expecting a different result. We've talked about vulnerability requiring courage, and courage being something that some of us aren't willing to put the effort into being courageous. I have those times when I just want to sit here and vegetate and chill, and those are good days too. Um, my new sticking point is organization. I've discovered that I get easily distracted. I might start a project with the intention of wanting to complete the project, and something else comes in and distracts it. Um, so I think perhaps love might be my emotional theme, focus might be my overall viewpoint. I've got to focus more on bringing things into focus. What is an important focus? So I'll offer that up to you. What is an important focus for you? What emotion do you want to surf with? If you can think of our emotions as being the ocean or the snow or the land or the air, whatever element you want to jive with, what is that emotion that you want to surf along with? Perhaps it's happiness, perhaps it's compassion for yourself, perhaps it's understanding, perhaps it's peace, whatever that. It's an emotional feeling. So there are core emotions, there are like negatives and positives. So love is one, happy is another. Um, Trying to think of other, and then on the other side there might be sadness, lonely. They're really core emotions. Um, Obviously, we don't want to surf along those lines. We want to surf along the lines of joy, um, love. Um, yeah, the core emotions. Typically, choose an emotion that you're not familiar with, maybe, or that you haven't experienced, or that you'd like to work with. And then go from the premise that whatever you flow out, you're going to get back tenfold. So, prosperity, which many of us deal with, then there's this thing behind the prosperity. What does prosperous mean? Lots of. When you prosper, you do well. When you prosper, you plant seeds and they harvest a good crop. That's prospering. Then there's abundance, which means that you can never really run out. There's more. But most people associate prosperity and abundance with money. Um, so the reality of it is, well, okay, you have great health, you have a lot of stuff, you've got good friends, you're abundant and you're prosperous, but yet there's this poverty, especially now. It's so right up in your face. I've said for the last year or two, um, in my predictions, in my feelings, in my intuition, whatever you want to call it, that we all need to move towards self sustainability. Um, I've noticed a lot of conversations going on about people wanting to live in communities, like communal living. Builders are being approached by multi generational cohabitation, like grandparents, parents, grown children, all living in the same household. um, Interesting to note who's wanting that and why. There certainly is a sense of security with being around folks that you are feeling secure with. And in many cultures, Indian culture, Latin American culture, multi generational living is quite popular. In fact, it's a way of life. Italian families do it. I don't know how that applies in the Western world. I don't know how that would work, because I think at the core of our being, we're all curious and we want to be um, with other people and we like to gather, but there's also this feeling of has to be on my terms. It's odd. We're drawn to crowded places. We're drawn to places that generate that community energy. And then when we're in our vehicles, we don't want anyone parking near us. Um, we get in line, we want this distance, we want our personal space. So, how does that equate to this idea of community living? I don't know if it's for me. I really don't know. I have this love of my own personal space. I love it. I think some people might think I'm a bit strange because the holidays for me, they're not sad, they're not lonely. I love my own company and, truly doing the work I do, self improvement, self development. I have to be up for my own doo doo. I've got to look at it all and turn it over and figure out a way to, well, where is this coming from? What do I need? Like, going into the new year, I was having a chat with a good friend of mine yesterday about, they said, as many others have, that they want to lose weight. Okay. And, for me, it's the same thing. I go to this big Buddha belly and I go to man boobies and I think, okay, I could so use a little less of the COVID fluff, as I call it, being a bit fluffy, curvy. It's okay. There was a time when I hid all that. I would shove it all down, push it all down, not admit it, not like it. Now I like to celebrate the times that, well, it was fun eating those extra cookies and having those donuts and going out and having a pint of ice cream. That was so much fun to do it because I could do it because I didn't feel guilty about it. I don't feel guilty about it now, but it's time to, it's time to zip it up, push the plate away, and get real with, I think my body could use some nourishment. I think it could use some nurturing. Approaching your weight with a healthy mindset, approaching your life with a healthy mindset, turns those feelings and ideas of depravity, poverty consciousness, that leads to those anxiety feelings, right? By tapping into a different way of looking at it, actually a healthy way of looking at it. You cannot have a healthy body, a healthy spirit, if your mind is unhealthy. I'm not talking about unhealthy having ratchet thoughts or judgment thoughts. They happen. But thoughts lead to feelings. And I've said in many meditations, quoting Louise Hay, a thought is energy moving through the body, going from one place to the other. The key is not attaching to it, not sending it somewhere else. Because when you have a thought and you attach to it, a feeling will get attached to it. Then there's this emotional response in your body because your brain is trying to work out, well, what you thought this, now you feel that, oh, you're feeling sad, you're feeling blue. All right, let me just generate that. Let me generate all of those feelings that go with it. And then there's this onslaught of, yes, I think we have chemical triggers in our body. I'm not discounting it. The key to understanding it is to be aware of it, the awareness, the presence too. Is this really true? Am I really having a terrible day? Is it really that bad? And, if you've lost somebody, you're feeling a little bit melancholy, sad, be in that sadness. Because that's real, it's true. Yeah, I'm sad. Somebody I loved, cared for, passed away. They're on the other side. That makes me feel sad. I'm not going to see them. I'm not going to spend time with them. I was watching, NBC did this end of the year thing where I guess they call it in memoriam, where they're showing people we lost. Kenny Rogers is one. Helen Reddy's another one. Some really great people, sports folks. And then, you've got local people that you hear about. Somebody's dad passed away. That's sad. That's being truthful about losing someone. I feel like I'm gifted enough to be able to speak to and talk to spirits on the other side. I've done it all my life. I've not really been public about it because I've always felt like it's a bit weird. People think you're a bit strange. And there was always a part of me that didn't really quite believe it. Where is this voice coming from and who is this person and what do you want? Now they're a bit like, it's comfortable. I've matured enough to know that, well, it doesn't matter what other people think. If this spirit, if this energy has a message for someone, let's deliver it. It's interesting because when you go to spirit world, you drop the character that you are here. You get up out of this physical body. This is only part of who we are. There's this bigger piece of who we are that people don't even know exist. It's weird to think about the fact that, energy is huge. The vast universe. When they talk about how many millions of miles between this planet and that planet, to the planet and the stratosphere of the universe is not very far. But to us in our little body, that's a long way. We are but a grain of sand on a big, huge beach. Putting it in perspective. I got to get to what cards I drew today. Here they are. Whoosh. The Word Lord. Being impeccable with your word. Watching what you're saying and how you're saying it. How are you delivering the things that you're talking about? There's two words. The one that you speak and you talk about, this automatic boom, and the ones that's going on in your head. So, the Word Lord really is communication and praise, and being in that, if you want goodness and you want um, to speak with that level of professionalism and integrity, you sort of got to get up in that part of your human library, if you like. Read poetry, um, speak with some truth, some honesty, some integrity, uh, as opposed to digging into the gossip, or having to be the first person that tells somebody else something happened. Then I drew the angel energy, which was yes. Oh, you got it on the picture there. Yes, it's just open forum. Let's go. This photo, this artwork from Jennifer Hawkyard, who drew all of the pieces for Kyle Gray's Angel Guide Oracle. This just reminds me of a huge Billy Elliot. I mean, I just watched that movie and I see the actor just tip-tapping down the street in the north of England wanting to be a dancer, and he ended up being a dancer. If you haven't seen it, it's a good little movie about hope. It's all on those lines of Annie and all those kind of feel-good rags to riches type of thing, an ordinary person doing extraordinary things. And the yes basically says you got to be a yes for yourself. You got to be yes for what you're up for. Be yes, 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 yes. So, like all of, I'm gonna take this down. There you go. More of the messages that I deliver every day, try to do my best to, is about 1% more, 1% better, 1% improvement, a little more. You get to start your day with all the tools that you had from the other day, from yesterday, right? But at the beginning of this day, the early part of the day, when it's quiet, when it's peaceful, when there's no distractions, when you can literally wipe the slate clean. And I used to talk about this in yoga class. A writer turns a page and starts a new story. A painter puts up a new canvas and gets with the energy of what's going to come out on that canvas. Every single morning that you get up, start a ritual. If you start a ritual where you start setting an alarm, like for some people, if they don't know, if you're with me on this, you're getting up as early as I am. Some rituals people will sleep until 8, 9, 10 o'clock. That's fine. They go to bed midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. That's fine. But there's something about that percentage of people that are up before the dawn, up in the not the early hours of the day, but in the morning hours of the day, the before the sun peaks up over the horizon. That's a powerful place. Folks who are up before sunrise, planning their day, spending time putting the building blocks of the day forward, are likely in that top percentage of successful people. Eventually, your body, it doesn't take long, 60 days, begins to vibrate, resonate. Well, you don't need the alarm clock. I can't remember the last time I woke up with the alarm. Typically, no. I've got this natural ability now to get up. And sometimes I'm awake and getting up 2:30, and it's okay. We are conditioned to do certain things a certain way by certain people who want to control the narrative. Listen to your inner dialogue. Be a yes for what's happening. If you find yourself waking up at 2 in the morning, get up. There's a reason why you're getting up out of bed. Then you might find at 2:30, 3 o'clock, oh, that was a bit early, and you might go back and get a really good sleep for the next hour or two. I've done that. But this is a time to be a yes and listen to what you're saying to yourself. Watch your language. Watch your languaging, internal, external. And then choose an emotion to surf with, a theme or a project. Like mine will be mindful of wastefulness. and just healthy, being healthy and nurturing. All right, with that said, let us meditate. Um, get comfortable. Today, since it's the end of the year, I'll let you choose whether you want to palms up, palms down, or hand over heart. And personally, I like the hand over heart. I like to, for me today, it's compassionate, showing love for the year that has been and hope for the year that is coming, and faith that things will always turn out for the highest good of everybody. Um, love for each and every person who is up for something bigger and willing to go for it. Place your feet flat on the floor. Do a mental scan of your physical body. Use the power of your feet touching the earth to pull down and leave, remove, release, untie, detach, cut all the ties that bind you to pain, hurt, anxiety. Release, let go, detach, discard. Feelings and situations, stories, attachments that you no longer want and no longer serve you. And let all of that energy float down through the soles of your feet into Mother Earth. Think of this as Mother Earth food. Allow your emotion, allow your mind and your consciousness to move up through your physical body. Be intentional about removing tension from your knees and your hips. Bring your thoughts to your back muscles, back bones, shoulder muscles, shoulder bones. Just allow your mind to swoop around your body. Paying attention to your physical self, from the bones out through the skin and beyond. Be with the feelings that you get in your neck, in your shoulders, your elbows, all of that areas, your jaw, your nose, your ears, eyes in the top of your head, and listen for the messages through what you smell, what you see, what you hear, what you feel. Use the first intuitive feeling that you get, the first intuitive message you receive about your physical body. If there's anywhere that feels tight, stiff, awkward, achy, As you breathe in through your nose, send the healing energy of light, of love, compassion, understanding to that area. Imagine it being spiritual cleaner. And as you relax, as you exhale, allow the ease to enter the area that's stuck. Once you feel complete with the scanning of your body and the physical attunement you're giving it through your breath, settle your thoughts in your mind to your third eye center, right, that part right between your eyebrows. Pull in into view, into thought, one area of your life could be career, something personal, something emotional, something health related. Pull in the one area of your life that is something you choose to release and let go and give up. Particularly choose something that you know a year ago was an issue. Focus in on and narrow down this one thing that you wish to be released from, that you no longer want, you no longer need. An example would be limiting belief systems, limiting belief about an aspect of your life. Once you're clear on this one thing or two things. You can have more than one. But know that if you have more than one, they're linked. Get to the simplicity of the link between, if there's numerous ones, what's the link between them? If you're able to see instances where this has shown up, this is your opportunity to view it, but be unattached to it. Place a circle around your issue as if it were inside a bubble or a balloon. One of those paper lanterns, anything you can to place it in one space, one place. Hold this thing, this situation, this energy you wish to be rid of in your hands. Know now that this item you wish to remove and release is now separated from you. You take this item inside your imaginary container, whether it's a balloon or a bubble. You acknowledge it. Thank you for reminding me that you're still here. Or something like, thank you for reminding me there's still work to do. Then hold your hands out with your bubble of what you're releasing. Gently let it go. Watch it begin to float away, getting smaller and smaller in your third eye view. Then make the affirmation as you see it disappearing into view. I now release. The hold and the attachment to, and you fill in the blank. I now create space for something new. Bring your attention and your mind back to your third eye center. Bring into view something that you wanted to occur in 2020 that got put on hold, got stalled, got stuck, didn't happen. Bring it into view. This is also something that your egoic mind is telling you you don't deserve, you can't have, that underlying subliminal message that's keeping you stuck. See the one thing or the several things that you affirmed that would happen that didn't. If it's an event, a thing, a person, a place, or just a general situation, perhaps it's health related, career related, or personally related, something that you yourself is attached to. Begin to place your mind and your consciousness and your thoughts to bringing this to you today, now. In your third eye center, with this creative visualization, you are now manifesting this. Watch it unfolding. Be with the feeling of how you feel having achieved it. What does it look like? Who's involved? Picture those in your life in the physical and in the spiritual who have your back. Those you see in your third eye center are part of this manifestation that's happening right now. Picture the joy, the gratitude on their faces. Hear their encouragement. Be with the energy of accomplishment. And then make an affirmation that you are now happy and grateful for having received. And you fill in the blank, whatever that is, you've received, you've got. And you can continue visualizing what you're up for receiving. Choose items that might be a bit of a stretch. When you feel complete with your visualization and your affirmations, bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Remind yourself of your environment, your seat, your feet. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center if it's not already there. Honor yourself, continuing the growth. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Honor everybody else in the universe. And together we bow and say namaste. Thank you. I'll close that visualization and this meditation with, Happy New Year to all of you, those loved ones you've got, those you care about. I'm not discounting this time of toughness. All I'll say is you and I and all of us have the tools within us to rise above it, to move past it, and maybe not get caught up so much in it, but literally be aware of it. There's a term I've used a long time ago called holding space. And holding space is literally being solid in where you are, who you are, your constitution, and being open to listen to, hold space for the energy around healing. It's not necessarily so much cards, words, and you can pretty much send your sentiments any which way you want to. But when you hold space, you get into the energy of being up for the greater good of everybody. That has a vibrational energy, that has a resonance, that has something that gets generated out. The only way I can sort of bring it into context is to say, they've just put 5G energy around. People are going on and on and on about the effects of 5G. I don't know what it is. What I will say is I can't feel it. Well, I can feel it, of course. I can't see it. Energy is something that we feel, we vibrate with. It's not something we see. But it takes a certain amount of intention to spread it, expand it, and move it. Think about when you get a group of people together that are like-minded, that meditate, that affirm, that acknowledge where they are. Right now I feel this. Right now I am this. Right now, what are you? What do you feel? What are you? And then, yes, you are. Acknowledge it. And then you do the work that unearths it, scrapes it, shakes it, moves it around, do what we just did. Let go what you need to let go of, because you can't keep piling stuff on. And then bring in what you want, particularly if it's something that you keep saying you want and you don't get. There's a reason why you're not getting it. Is it not for your highest good? It's time to go. I've had a lot of that lately. I've had things I thought I wanted and then it never materialized. And then later I think, well, I really didn't need that after all. That's golden. It's a knowing and a belief system that we don't need all these things. But there are things we do need. What is it that we do need? And that is getting to the point of, we're evolving. Enlightenment is living without the need and the necessity for the material. I'm not saying you have to go out there and start living in an ashram and get rid of all your material, all of your electronic devices. But you get my point. All right, my friends, I love you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I've got stuff to do today, and I'm sure you do too. Have a happy new year. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.